Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So, since I got home, they have been using family members to target me. For example, I got in the house, my sister was in the kitchen putting together a shelving unit, small shelving unit. And so I came in and I had to install uh, a graphics card in a computer and that actually gifting uh, someone, and I just thought she would be, she would use it, put it to good use. She does music and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I was speaking to her mother. I said, I said, see, she wants the computer because I have a computer here I've been wanting to give to someone, and for free. But I see that people don't want it because it doesn't come with a monitor and keyboard. And I'm like, I could buy that. Okay, I mean, you're getting a whole computer. Okay, and you're, you know, worrying about, having a keyboard and a monitor. You can take the computer and then when you can get the keyboard and thing later. And particularly, I had offered to my son's friend from school, and I was like, well, it doesn't come with a keyboard and monitor. I'm just like, okay, it's like these modern women. Let me tell you, right? As if she couldn't get a keyboard and a monitor. You get in the computer, okay? Though it's older computer, it still works. It it runs Windows 11, so the processor, even though it's an old processor, it's still good. All right, and it has two hard drives in it, and it has an older graphics card. But a lot of these kids nowadays, they play Fortnite and Roblox. So you know, that graphics card can run in that computer easily, run those games in that computer easily. So anyway, so I got home tonight and I had to install a new graphics card and then I have to pack it up and um, you know ship it out. Okay, probably gonna have her mother pay for the shipping and and the insurance, and you know that's that. I gotta get it. Actually, I'm just gonna have them come pick it up. So that's again, um, So I say yeah. So my sister though. So I go into the living room. My grandniece was there, and she's giving me these hand signals. The uh, what is it? The upside down uh, um, peace sign. Right? They always do that. When they want a war and they want a peace, whatever, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's war you want. Then hey, okay, it's fine with me. My war is exposing these people, right, for what they're doing and the technology that they're using. You know, and like I said, these are the things that people don't understand. You know, so a fellow target individual was he sent me an article of these Christian fundamentalists, and you know they did some horrible things to their children because they claimed that their children were possessed by demons. And it's like I'm thinking to myself, she's telling me this, and she's like, yeah, these Christian fundamentalists are messed up or what have you, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, because there are TIs who understand, um, you know, what's happening, and I tell them, I said, and they're very religious too, and I tell them, you have to learn to separate your religious belief from what's happening to you, from the technology that is being used on you. Okay, and it's because you've been indoctrinated with this religious belief system. You will never hold the people accountable for using the technology on you. You will continue to blame the devil and demons and all this nonsense, but it's not. It is technology, specifically in how you're being targeted. Okay, so you have to look at that. All right, because here my targeting is not like they're trying to turn me against Christianity. They're trying to recruit me back into Christianity. So there's a difference. And the people around me who are Christians, you know, are manipulated into trying to do just that. All right. without realizing that these people have always used religion as a control mechanism, and the technology that they've developed now, they get to really play God. Okay, and not also that, but they get to solidify your indoctrination into that religious belief system. Like I always say, why is it that you hear everybody talking about God is speaking to them when the Bible tells them that God do not speak to people? I mean, when God in the Bible, God only speaks to a selected few people, right? Who are called His prophets, right? So how is it that every single person now tell them, let's talk about God told me this, God told me that, God spoke to me and He said this, and what have you? No, that's the other voice in your head. That's the possibly even this technology that is being used on you. All right. Um, so again, people don't want to believe it, but I always refer them to you know what is it? Controlling the Human Mind, right? By Dr. Nick Begich, and also Guinea Pigs by Dr. Robert Duncan. Those I can't forget that book also. Um, and then to really understand how people participate in the gang stalking part of it, you can read Cause Stalking by David Lawson. Is it gang stalking? I think it's satellite terrorism in America, something like that. But it's by David Lawson, who had, he wrote about this sort of stuff because he infiltrated this some of these groups. So again, these the government are using these individuals, those within the government who are involved in corruption, all this stuff, um, in developing technology, experimenting on people, but with this technology, they no longer have to experiment on people because they know exactly what it can do, right? What it does to our psychology, our neurology, our biology, our chemistry, and also, running this coercive persuasion program that is a mixture of also Zoom, the decomposition of the human psyche, and within the society. It's just like coercive persuasion, right? Except this is, this program, when it comes to the psychological conditioning and the psychological or the psyops, it is like a program that no one can imagine, right? So um, again, that's what I have to do is to expose it, right? So regardless of what, because when you look back and you reflect back and you think back about the things that happened to you in the past, you begin to see a connection. You begin to see, that this was happening from before, and this is what they don't want you to remember things. So what they'll do is that they'll make it seem like when because again, if you are a target individual, you're probably microchip. I am microchip, right? So I have some of I won't say the earliest version, but the more advanced version in the beginning of the 2000s, right? And again, you know where they're at right now is nanoparticles, okay? And so imagine that, how many of us, not just TIs, but how many people have these things running up and down their bodies, right? So, you know, I should say traveling through their bodies, okay? And, you know, so what you see right now is they are creating a paranoid society, a confused society. Why are they doing this? So that, again, they can discredit those who may become awakened to what's going on, and to also once you create a paranoid society, then you can cause, or they can cause chaos. Okay, they can cause chaos to push whatever agenda they want to push. And also, let's not forget that with COVID, not only COVID does it affect you, your organs, but your brain is one of the organs that it affects, and it does affect you psychologically too. Okay, so again, with that, I hope I don't get flagged on YouTube for saying it, but uh, with that pandemic, they're able to shorten the lifespan of those who have it, particularly if even if you survive it, right, and your body build up an immune system, you know, still some of your organs are damaged, right? Your brain might be damaged, right? So some people may lose their taste, they smell. Sometimes it's permanent, right? So even if they have to take the vaccine, they may not die from it, but you will get negative effect from it also. So it's I'm not bringing this in there. I try not to branch off into other areas, but to try and stay focused in what I know and what I think. But sometimes I just sit back and just look at things from a broader picture and understand that what it is that these people have been up to, right? Dividing society, creating paranoia within the society so they can get away with using this technology, and even denying it when government employees are hit with weapons that are based on the radio microwave frequency and lie to cover it up. Okay, so like I said, you know, uh, who knows how many people that they're doing this to that don't even realize that uh, they're targeted as of yet. Okay, so and then also too, they have me on the heavy remote neural monitoring tonight in home surveillance. Same thing. Um, right now I can barely uh, move because yeah, whenever I do any type of in terms of like if I'm upgrading my computer or installing certain things, it takes me a while, right? And but they notice, but they're always beeping their horns or it's a police siren, you know, every little thing that I do, right? So if I forget where I put something, they'll use the police siren, right? If I remember something, they'll use the call again, and then sometimes it's vice versa, right? So it's always to where no matter what you do, okay, they'll do things to try, again to um, uh, uh, mitigate the damage that they've done to you. Okay, like I said, I was talking to earlier today. I was talking about whenever I get these headaches and I started yelling in pain, or my back hurts where I'm yelling in pain, they would use the police sirens, to try to intimidate me into not. I'm just like that's it's like imagine you having such excruciating pain that they think that trying to intimidate you into silence by using the police siren is going to shut you up. I mean, this is their mindset. This is the mindset that they have, you know, and and it's one of like I said, the dark triad, and they're very retaliatory too. They are very retaliatory when you expose them because they believe, like I said, that because they are in a position of authority, that they can do whatever they want, however they want. Okay, and they get away with it because they can create the narrative, they can control the narrative, right? And again, and when they do things covertly, you don't know. When they're using technology on you, you don't know. Okay, and that's the thing that I was telling the others. Yeah, I said, with silent sound spread spectrum, all right, it is the co-opting of your conscious mind. It is the co-opting of your subconscious mind, conditioning you when you're sleeping, and the psyops conditioning you when you are awake. I mean, it's like I said, this is why I do what I do, because the trauma and the experience that I've had, okay, and what I go through and what I see, because it also affects my kids. Like my kids' memory sometimes, or when they're co-opting their consciousness to target me, all right, they forget things. And I posted, it was an article on the biological effect of uh, radio microwave energy on the body, on the human biology. When these diplomats were talking about how if their kids were in the same room as them, that they too suffered effects such as memory losses, headaches, all of those things that my kids experience. All right, and they're at a point where they want to cover this up so bad, all right, that they're attacking me every single day in the most relentless way. All right, in this false narrative that they've created through covert manipulation, all right, and covert targeting. So as a person that's going through this, you will get affected. Doesn't matter what you do, they will affect you. They can, your friends and your family can tell you, oh, don't just ignore it, or whoever. You can't, you can't, and they know this. Okay, there is no defense that you within your brain that can protect you from these intrusive invasion of your mind and through the weapons used to harm your mind. There is no, like I said, there's a document called "The Mind Has No Firewall." Go read it, okay? And unless somebody develops some protective gear for you to wear, so that these things don't harm you in a way, in such a horrible and extreme way that they do harm you, there's nothing we can do. This is why, and I also get a lot of threats. Because sometimes, you go through this and you're thinking about, I should just leave this damn country. Then they start using the police sirens. All right? Even if I'm talking to myself, just whispering to myself, and they'll use the police siren. Like when I say, oh, fuck, or what have you, they use the police siren. When I say, oh, damn, they use the police siren. These are the things to try to create this negative mindset. And again, this is what they're doing. They're the one that's creating the mindset. They're the one that's creating a criminal mindset. They're the one that's creating a negative mindset. Right? And they do it in such a way that, again, they think that they can fool the public to just make it look as if this person's life just kind of self-destruct because of what he or she did. No, it's because of what they did covertly. Okay? And they think they can get away with it. That's why. All right? So, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.